Defense. They give up 200 yards rushing when you talk about a Green Bay Packer team that can't bust a grape all year long. They allow Christian Watson, who we thought was maybe a bust, dropping balls to get over 100 yards. So I think if you're looking at the Dallas Cowboys, this was a loss in totality. We can question the coaching decision. We can question the quarterback. We can even question how they used Michael Parsons yesterday because he was a non-factor whatsoever. I think if you're Mike McCarthy, you have to go back and examine. We think we have a pretty good team, but we failed all the way around yesterday.
And after all that, they could have buried the Packers and Aaron Rodgers out of the playoff hunt. Now they have life, and all because of what the Cowboys
A little bit. Not much.
They got life.
They got life.
They got life.
The Cowboys have to face the Vikings next, and to your point, Steve, so let's see where this puts both of these teams in terms of the playoff picture. Despite the loss, the Cowboys still have a 99% chance to reach the playoffs as one of the wild cards in the NFC. The Packers only have an 18% chance to make the playoffs, according to ESPN Analytics. Fifth among the teams not currently leading their division.
Look, Susie, you see who's standing on the right over there?
Okay.
I mean,
Guess what? That's the same guy that's been standing there all year long.
I know, but
It's the same guy now.
I'm with you.
Okay, boy.
But
It's
all
the
of a
same
sudden
guy.
he gets a running game. All of a sudden he gets some confidence with his young receivers.
But maybe-
All of a sudden you get some defense like Tom Brady's getting, and you're going to say, oh, that's not number 12 over there can go win an MVP?
Because it might be too late, because they have a really tough road ahead.
They have.
I agree with that part. They might have waited too long.
They're 4-6. They got 7 games left. At worst, they need to go 5-2, 6-1 to have an opportunity. I think it's too little, too late.
It's
The
possible.
formula that they need to play by. We said it since March. We knew the receivers were going to be an issue. Run the football with McThickums in the backfield.
There you
and
go.
Jones. Allow the
Appreciate
offensive line. No doubt. Allow the offensive line to come off. It was almost as if the coach said, you know what? We tried to make Aaron Rodgers the star again, and he failed us in Detroit through all those picks. Now let's come back. I'm going to take the ball out of his hands, and we're going to run the football. And amazing what happened. You run the football, the defense plays better, your offensive line protects better, but it's too little, too late almost.
They have the Titans this Thursday, and then they have the Eagles. But did you see anything that does give you hope?
Yeah, I mean, for me, this was like their Undertaker game for any WWE fans out there. Like, everybody's saying the Packers are done. They're in the casket. They're burying them. And they just rose up out of nowhere. And as long as the Packers stay committed to who they are, running the football, not putting too much on their wide receivers, holy Christian Watson pops up out of nowhere. He has 4 catches for 3 touchdowns and 107 yards. It's because they're not trying to go out there and target him 10 times. They're not trying to have Aaron Rodgers throw the ball 35, 40 times a game. Their recipe for success is to lean on A.J. Dillon and McThickens and Aaron Jones and run the football. That's going to help not only their offense and their offensive line and pass protection, but it's going to help their defense not be on the field as long.
Here's the thing about that Undertaker. Everybody shows the Undertaker get up, rise up. Nobody ever shows him get out the casket. nobody ever shows him getting out the casket. He just raises up.
Wait, WWE's real?
Oh my goodness. Guys, don't crush the
That's what
kids'
it
hopes out there. I was a 12-year-old once. I thought WWE was real as well.
Think about how draining all of this is. Matt LaFleur, he was choked up after the game too.
It was because the emotional, the expectations. You've got the whole, look what happened with Derek Carr. We're going to talk about him in an hour. Like, the emotion is real. Like, it is, and the desperation of what happened and how Aaron played in Detroit.
Especially there.
Oh.
That's an entire state's hopes and dreams
Yes.
right on that team. And it has been a rough year. I think you see a lot come out in the press conference post-game with Coach LaFleur.
And again, down by 14 in the fourth quarter in Lambeau Field and pull it out.
It was a good
Save-
win. It was a good win. Let's not
Save
go
your
overboard.
season.
It's a good win.
Speaking of good wins, we're going to try really hard not to overhype the undefeated Eagles tonight. We're going to try not to overhype
Really, you?
Jalen
You?
Hurts as potential MVP.
Hey,
But if you're
Whoa,
Sound
whoa.
trip siren. Come on now.
Robert, tell me, what do you think? Just
Oh
tell me
my
one word.
Lord.
What do you got?
Trip came through tripping. What you got, bud?
hey, listen, look at that. That says, you know what? I'm coming to preach a sermon tonight. Well,
Hey, he
I
look
want y'all to
like
watch me
that's
tonight.
very Pink Pantherish right there. I love it. The burger. Yeah.
Later, Robert brings us amazing access with Hurts and 2 of the greats that came before him in Philly. It was a really meaningful conversation, Robert. We are looking forward to
Did you
that.
pull that off, RG?
He did. Double-breasted, that's how
Just
he
getting
rolls.
started on the weekend edition of Money
Hey,
in the
man.
Countdown. On
We
the
do
way,
what we gotta do.
Yesterday's overtime thriller between the Bills and Vikings will be tough to top as this season's Game of the Year, Boomer and the boys will break down all of the chaos and what's next for the Bills. Also, Tom Brady and the Bucs have won 2 in a row after their victory over the Seahawks in Germany. So is Tampa Bay back on track? So much to cover. We're here all night long.
Subway wrapping